So, I'm just going to go through a couple of settings. And, yeah, let's go for a test drive. So, I'm a console player, and there's not many buttons to play with. But I found out there is. So, when I'm in realistic mode, I like to be in this view all the time. I find it a lot more easier. When you drive and you're a console player and you want to look around without moving your turret, you got to hold down the down button on the D-pad while trying to drive at the same time and then look around. So I've changed my buttons. So now my button is set when I want to have the gun there and I want to drive and look around, I use the L1. The L1. I can drive. That using the D-pad, it's just not my thing. I'm sorry, it's just not my thing. I changed my machine gun from L1 to, because I only come out in one shell in my tank, I'll only use the one shell. I won't have like heat or whatever. I just use the one shell. That's just me. So I binded my machine gun from L1 to the right on the D-pad. So like that. If I'm in a squadron and I want to mark them, I've taken the triangle button is where you like, oh, I want to view everywhere, you know, you want to go from the tank to the cockpit when you're in a plane. I'll show you that in a second. But I've binded that to a squad marker. You can't see it here because there's no squad, but my V is my squad marker. Now let's go back to the hangar very quickly. As in bombing. So if I bring out my bomber, where is the girl? So if I bring out the BV, okay, now there's so many buttons to choose from, right? So I've decided R3 is the bomber view, R3, and then I switch to L3, and if I want to go back to default, I press that. That's my V button, my triangular button. Square is for close up, so L3, straight away over to bombing view, straight back with triangle button. It's so much. I got my L2 button to look backwards, and if I'm backwards I can look forwards, which does help, because if I want to fly and I'm in a plane and I want to see where you are, instead of mucking around with the buttons to try and like down on the D-pad while you're trying to fly and you're looking around and you're still trying to fly, but so now I've got that set straight for that, so I can see what's behind me every time I need to, which does help. But yeah, beforehand on the consoles you had to use your triangle button to go from gunner's view, bomber's view, default view, and back to normal view, whatever, and it just took up so much time. Now it's easier. R3 straight away to bomb, straight back there to L3, R3, L3, triangle. And how do I drop my bombs? L1. And my gun is still the same, R2. So let's go into the settings now. I'll have to enlarge the writing so you can see. Oh yeah, I don't, as you notice on my screen, everything is small. I don't want to see anything big, if you know what I mean. Like, I have my scale set to 50. That's the lowest of the lowest. So we'll pump it up to what, probably 80. Give it a flick. Let it do its thing. There we go. Okay. I don't need to see all that stuff. Okay, helicopter. Aircraft. So I'll just run it down really slow. That way you can have a look and go, okay. We'll get down to the ones that you can see that I've changed. There, that, that. Fire rockets, fire bombs, always on the same button. Fire to ground. See, flares, L3. But hang on, L3 is your bomber. No. If I'm not in a bomber and I'm in a jet, it's L3. It's like that you can't do that. It's like you can. You just got to muck around with the settings. That's all. That's all you got to do. See, that's what I mean. I've taken it away from toggle view. I've just put it to external view. Gunner view, bomber view. And then the rest, you sort of leave alone. Don't touch it. But then you got to come into here as well, into common. Some of these things have to be changed. So we'll scroll up and you'll see. So this is my L3, my L1. That's the mouse, so I can look around, so I can hold the mouse, look around and keep driving. I still had, this is my zoom still. Skip course, that. I don't think I've changed anything. I changed that. I got rid of that. Toggle aiming, don't need it. There you go. Set target for squad. What vehicle? Never really tried it. And if we go to ground vehicles, you'll see fire from main gun, R2, fire from secondary gun. So if I bring out the mouse, I can use that one. Left on the D-pad, fire from machine guns, right on the D-pad. Fire from special guns, which is in the mouse. And any other ones, same. Weapon lock, L1 and that. I've never really used it. L1 and D, because it's close to your finger, it's close to your thumb and your first finger. Everything's got to be close, I believe. Night vision. Sniper mode. Binoculars, R3. And that's pretty it. I'd love to do all this because another YouTuber said it comes in very handy. Like, you can lower, you can increase the front of the tank, or you can decrease it. It looks so cool. I will bind buttons with this later on. I'll work out how to do it. And the best thing, you can take away a lot of stuff. I don't know what the switch take to a map to UV camera. If I'd never used that, I'll get rid of it. See, mind detail, I don't need that. I could get rid of that. And if I get rid of that, I can bind that to any of them. And that's about it for that. Like I say, back to the common. Make sure everything's right. Now here's the best bit. A lot of people don't really know it, but down here, this little one, that little one, yeah, it brings up this. So I've got tanks and the one I keep. So if I think I'm going to make an adjustment, I go, all right, let's test it. I'll put it on tanks to test it, which means all I got to do is just click on it, right, and I can either load it or rewrite it. Same as this is my keep. This is what's everything on, but I'm hoping that sort of, and the only thing I've missed here is that toggle view. How cool. But my bombing view's faster, the way I operate my tank. Like in realistic, you know, sometimes it's good to you know, you want to see what you want to see, but someone said, oh, well, you can just use your binoculars. It's like, yeah, you can just use your binoculars. The problem is, though, and here's the problem, right? You don't want to use your binoculars. It's better in this view. Like, I can zoom in, bingo. And if I want to look there, then I can bring up my binocular. See? I'm looking there. My gun's still there. But I can drive too. And keep it all going. Yeah. These little things do help. Trust me, they do help. This view, like, alright, for example, let's find a house. This house will do. Yeah? Old mate's, he's sneaking up on me, yeah? For me to go forward, he could be over there, you know. Alright, last spot was there. I want to go forward a bit, and I want to look around, like that. Do you get my point? If I have to do this, I can't move forward. See? So that's where it helps. I can move forward, keep my gun on this guy over here, still move forward. I can go peekaboo. Just makes it easier. Trust me. And because I like this view a lot. See, I can't see. I have to go forward a bit more. I can't see. So I'll just jump out of that one. Everything helps. Anyway. Back to doing battles. I got a bit of a dry throat. I hope that helps you. Especially for the console players. Like, we just don't have enough room on our controllers. But now I do. Now we do. And just remember to save your settings. You'll enjoy it.